Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the channel. My name is Liz and I'm a reseller in Maryland. In today's video, we're going to visit a house that probably should have been condemned, but I'm really glad it wasn't because I found some great treasures in there. Stay tuned for those. If you are new to the channel, welcome in. I'm so glad you're going to join me on my shopping and picking adventures. And if you are not new, I apologize that I was missing in action for so long, but you should jump on over to Whatnot so you can see all the fun stuff you can buy there. You can join one of my live auctions, which is so much fun. You can get amazing deals on amazing items, even some of the things in these videos. So you can jump over there with the link in the show notes or just go through your Whatnot app, which is free. Let's go check out this house and the cool finds. Okay, so here we go. We're going to like this everyday estate sale that my friend Susan told me about. It's really nice of her to share that info, the intel, and I don't really know what to expect. I've never been in this area, and it seems like maybe the people bought the house with all the contents. So all I know is Susan told me that it was really dirty. So we'll go check it out. I'll show you a little footage from inside. I only have my phone today, and hopefully we'll find some things that made I guess it's going to be about 60 miles round trip, that made it worth our time. So I will check back in with you after. So I'm just going to show you a few quick clips of what it looked like in this house. I only had my phone with me, and if you know me, you know I need to shop hands-free. And so I wear a crossbody purse and I can't really film and shop, but I at least wanted to show you what the house looked like. It was crazy. It was like a time capsule, but it was also full of stuff. So I did dig through all the stuff and I will show you what I found, in addition to showing you some of the condition issues in this house that made me say that I really think it probably should have been almost condemned. I think it might have been a historic home, and they had a huge renovation ahead of them, as you can see. But I can't wait to show you the things that I did pull out of here. Actually, I did bring this little vase home. There were quite a few treasures and some surprises that were teachable moments even for me. This room was particularly bad. There were holes in the ceiling. There were holes in the floor. There might have been treasures in the floor. I think in a minute I'm going to show you one of the holes in the floor, and I feel like I discovered something there. So it just goes to show you that even when, and if someone tells you an estate is crazy or dirty or the house is condemned, you can rescue things, pay yourself well for your time. Oh, here comes the hole in the floor. Do I stick my hand in there? You'll have to wait to find out. Haul coming up. So I only took a little bit of footage in that house. I wasn't sure if it would be well received if the woman saw me filming, although technically you are legally allowed to do that. So I just took a couple of clips to capture the essence of what that experience was like. Shout out to my friend Susan. She's always given me the heads up on these things, and I never would have even gone to that sale if it hadn't been for her. So thank you, Susan, for that. So I wanted to show you what I grabbed. I have like a wide variety of things, and actually a couple things that surprised me. So always happy to share. This is not normally what I would buy, this piece of like vintage folk art. Now, I don't think it's super vintage. I'm going to say like probably like 80s or 90s. But when I look this up, you'll see the comp. This is Ridge Hollow folk art. This actually had some decent value. I was really, really surprised by that. So that was pretty cool. The woman was asking me what this is, and I'm like, it's a dish. And she said it looked like an oyster, which I think is cool. This, I believe, is Blanco. They call this the either a freeform or amoeba bowl, because they have other ones in different colors. I had one years ago that was like an iridescent color. So I love these. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep this or not. Probably not. I have plenty of things, but just wanted to show it to you. The value is pretty good, $50. Hold on one second. I think the dog needs to come in. Of course he does. He can't stand it that we're hanging out together. Okay, here you go, buddy. He wants to make his cameo. So I have had a lot of success selling on Whatnot, which is why I've been a little absent from YouTube, because I was doing so well on Whatnot and moving a lot of merchandise and just enjoying myself so much that I just didn't have enough time to make videos, because the videos, even the short ones, take about 6 to 8 hours per week. And so I apologize I was gone, but I digress. So people have been asking me for faux pearls, and you can usually get them pretty inexpensively. And I got all these fake pearls to bring to my show tonight. You can find me on Whatnot under Flippin' Lizzie. Easy to find me. You can just come hang out and enjoy the show. Sometimes I perform, play guitar and sing too. We chit chat and I tell my dumb jokes and everybody seems to have a good time. And you can buy treasures that will be shipped right to you. So that's an added bonus if you so choose, but the app is free. This is a really cute, I think this is a Napco Wear wall pocket. So you can put some dried flowers or maybe some little kitchen utensils in there, paint brushes, whatever you want, maybe something in the bathroom. So cute. The chicken motif seems to be back. Again, it's back. I got these 2 powder puffs. I have sold this one many, many times, but look at the beautiful motif on this. This gets me every time. One of these days I'm going to keep one of these. This one is a slightly different color, but I think the value is probably about the same. And this one shocked me. I think this might be, in a way, the biggest score. So I just sold one of these powder jars on Whatnot in my box show. I usually do jewelry shows, but I've been branching out. And this one has the powder still in it, and the comp will shock you. There's a range of comps, but even the lower end one is like, whoa. This lamp might need rewiring. She said it flickers, so I'll have to check that out, but I just thought this was such a cool mid-century modern piece, 60s or 70s with that lucite bauble in the middle. Hazel Atlas jars. These don't sell super fast for me, but I love them. They do sell in the booth, and you know what? If they don't sell, they're really useful around the house. Some people call these sour cream jars. Some people call them peanut butter jars. I just call them storage jars. Whatever. I've got some little knick-knacky type things, which is kind of one of my favorite things, to be honest. But most of these are lower end. Like in the booth, they'll probably sell for like 10 or 12 bucks. The little vase, the owls. This little item I might put in my jewelry show because it's going to be handy for all my jewelry lovers. Bone china. Nice. And these jewelry items I just grabbed because I knew they were going to be cheap. This one is just Hong Kong. It's like a pretend gold bracelet. But this one is an actual like photo locket bracelet. Now I think it's like stainless steel or aluminum or something. I don't know if I'm going to be able to open it with one hand. But this flips open to fit a photo inside. And those are extremely collectible right now. So if you ever see a bracelet that looks like that, see if it opens up, because those will sell very, very well, especially if they have a picture in them, because then they kind of count as memento mori or sweetheart type jewelry sometimes, depending on the photo. These pieces surprised me because I was like, oh, these are cool. You know, I can sell these online. I liked this kind of like a snake motif, but these are by celebrity, and wait to see the comp on the necklace. I didn't even look up the earrings, but I wanted to include the comp on that necklace. I could not believe it. I was shocked. This bracelet, by the way, is probably about 30 bucks. Knick-knacky type things. This is dented, so not that useful, but I wanted to mention that you should pick up vintage doorknobs when you can. I sold a grouping on Etsy of glass doorknobs for like 70 bucks, and they sold right away, and they're actually really easy to ship. So yeah, these are just little pieces of jewelry, costume jewelry I can sell online, but that celebrity piece was really nice. This guy has a wide range of comps, anywhere from like 10 bucks to 60, but he's a little brass like teddy bear, but he's like a wall hook, which I think makes him so special. He's not super heavy, so I think he's probably on the lower end of that price range, but I still thought he was worth grabbing. These are Johnson Brothers. I don't often buy Johnson Brothers. It doesn't do well for me, but these are beautiful little scenes and trinket dishes, which I think might do well on Whatnot. Easy to ship, and people like trinket dishes when they have jewelry. You know, you need something by the sink or in the bathroom, maybe by on your nightstand. Someone just asked me for vintage frames, so I grabbed this. The photo is also adorable. I might end up putting that in the booth, though. I'm not sure if that's the frame they were looking for. I'm going to be having an ephemera show, and so when I saw all this stuff, I didn't want it to go to waste. Eventually, they're going to trash everything in that house. So I grabbed these. Postcards can do well. I'm not an expert, but I didn't want them to go in the trash, and I'll put them in the ephemera show and see how they do. This surprised me, guys. So I love old cards because I just love the graphics and the sentiments and everything. Look how adorable these are. But these are unused cards. This is like someone's stash that you would keep when you needed a card. So they're worth even more. Imagine how, so I don't even know how many are in there, but a greeting card today is probably like $5 easily, right? And I've got a whole stack of vintage ones. Now, do I love listing stuff like that? No. Might they go in the ephemera show instead on Flippin' Lizzie? On Whatnot? Yes. because I don't like to list like hundreds of $5 items. I don't have the time, I guess. These are like cutouts from different holidays. Look for these guys. Comps will surprise you. These might be a little musty. I gotta check them out. I didn't look up every single one. I want to mention, look for paper cutouts. Valentine's Day, Christmas, Halloween, there's some Easter ones. Those are the top holidays in my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you've had any luck with those as well. I couldn't leave this behind. Look at this interesting frame. I mean, I think the print is interesting too, but I couldn't find this exact print. But still worth saving from the dumpster. This is a really beautiful print, beautifully framed as well, super old. And the comp surprised me. I was like, hey, wow. I did grab a bunch of children's books. I just kept a few. Children's books can be worth it if you have a way to sell the ones that aren't worth a lot. This one I looked up and it was 34 bucks on Amazon. I've never seen that one before. Pop-up books. This one was 24. Probably in better condition, but I wanted to mention, look for pop-up books. I think they're a nostalgia item and they often do not survive. And so they become more rare because, you know, kids mess with them. They pull those tabs too much. Okay, this didn't have a ton of value, but I thought it was so cool. 1971, I looked it up. It was like 15 bucks on eBay. So it may go in the booth, we'll see. I don't know if Disney stuff still does well or not, but this was like from like the 70s, a pictorial souvenir. What did it say online? 20 bucks. And most of these, I just hadn't seen them before. They call him Flipper, na. So this has been used. I don't know if the one on eBay was unused or not, but I loved Flipper when I was a kid. I feel like I watched it when I was homesick, probably right after The Price is Right, maybe before. Let me know in the comments if you watched that or what you watched when you were homesick. I Love Lucy was another one I watched. Anyway, the other piece I have is on my porch. I'll include a screenshot of it. It's this beautiful like shelf, I guess, that I'm going to put in the booth for display. If someone wants to buy it, I'll put a price tag on it. I paid $10 for the piece that you're looking at. I love the chippiness, the natural distressing. So Susan really hooked me up because I paid $40 for everything, guys. And you saw those comps. Super psyched it worked out well. Somehow I was able to fit it into one of my busy Wednesdays. I appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. I hope you guys get out there and find some amazing stuff. Of course, I hope you never stop searching. And I will see you guys next time.